century. He had a ruddy complexion, and his eyes were childlike. White teeth and gray-haired at just 30 years of age, he was an open-hearted man. When we were leaving, he asked for rifles and cannons. We left him around 40. He also wanted lieutenant's ranks for all of his meliks. Assyrians were left without their patriarch. The Turks went through the mountain passes and came to Urmia. Assyrians and Armenians, under the command of Colonel Kondrativ, beat them back once, twice, then the cannon shells ran out. More and more Turks were coming on like grasshoppers. The Assyrians had to leave. The way to Russia was blocked. Even Georgia was under the threat from the Turks. They decided to go towards the English, to Hamadan. Assyrians and Armenians of Urmia got together and left their homeland. Altogether, 250,000 people. There were Russian troops in the foreguard and Assyrians at the sides. In between them were all the masses. There were no roads, just the mountains. Turks, Kurds, and Persians were all around, embittered enemies waiting in ambush. There was fighting in the canyons, death everywhere, but they kept going, even without water. For 12 days they ate only snow. The horses were falling down. Then they took horses from the old men to give to the young ones. Assyrians had to save not just their nation, but their people. Old women had to be left behind. In a month, they got to the British Army, 203,000 of them. 50,000 stayed behind in the mountains forever. Every Assyrian keeps a photograph of the patriarch Marshimun, who was killed in 1918, and since then the Assyrians became scattered themselves around the entire world. Russia and Georgia, Australia and the United States are now their homes. Their fathers have been born there, their children and grandchildren have been born there too. Life continues, and now nobody in Russia can stand in the way of Assyrians wishing to revive their culture, teach their children their language, and keep in contact with Assyrians of other countries.
أفرر خان إلاني أنا قصر وبني كرماني إدماني نعشاد لنا هديان ديكل السامان كل من ديان من خط أخشي رخب ضايوخ خزدا دخينه أخنان بدرايوخ
I'm 66 years of age, and I'm very happy that I have lived to a time when national and religious policy has become more liberal, and it is even more popular now to be a believer. Nevertheless, even in Soviet times, we always celebrated our national holidays. Today, we are witnessing the construction of our Assyrian church of Matmari. I am happy that the day has come. In our faith, the church always has been a place to socialize. It is the cultural center of our community. Beginning with the people of my generation, we are going to pass more and more of our cultural and ethnic values onto our children. There's going to be a school and a library here. And there are plans to have a social club. We are going to celebrate our rituals and our holidays.
Здесь же будет библиотека, здесь будет школа, преподавать язык. Здесь еще какие-то мероприятия будут очень интересные.
I have been here for 2.5 years now, and my mission is to serve the Assyrians of Moscow and Russia, to celebrate and to administer the sacraments. I think that the beginning is always the most difficult part, but already there are good results showing. People are showing up, and I am very positive about the future of our congregation.
مقام ومكلعات وبصلي وقنطور بنون بشفقته ذبقاه ومسقيل وبتشبخته وقاره وشكلته وسخته
شيخ دور القديشة نطر لن بصلاوة وعن نشتة وتباغون أيهون نشتد نغزك ليليهون وهركان السوم النغبة في السنفون يشيلاثا
بركة في المريب كل زونة بريخو يوم برمار كل دات وزادق عباد الشول
And maybe those within the Assyrian community who are calling for unification are the ones who will perhaps disprove the skeptics who predict that Assyrians will quickly assimilate after the breakup of the Soviet Union. If that process is inevitable, let it take as long as possible so that there will remain among us